Okay, let me say that you raised the issue, and I heard you in the meeting at the Barnett Chapel United Methodist Church talk to the people in ways that was very scary and inflammatory, that their community and their homes and their land would be taken.
I didn't say that, and to say that now is actually inflaming a situation. What I did, to be clear, was present excerpts from the plan and explain to them the chain of events that could likely happen, which isn't a inflaming of anything. I did not claim anybody was moving out.
Yeah, but George, Councilman, you said to the people there that, isn't it ironic that at one time the white people of Kerrville said all non-whites had to live in that area, and now they wanted the land and the property.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, you did?
No.
I mean, let's face it, the downtown is going to be revitalized at some point. The downtown is going to grow, it's going to be revitalized. What do you think is going to happen when that goes on? Well, downtown, where's downtown? It's right on the other side of Shriner Street. So what is going to happen? You're going to go, there's a neighborhood that's close to my downtown. I want that. That's prime property now. So that's going to incentivize the developer to come in, and I'm sure you're all familiar with the term blockbusting. It's basically going to be blockbusting in reverse, but they're basically going to do the same thing. They can't. Okay. I gotta stop short of there. I can't tell you with a guarantee that any of that would happen, but I can guarantee that some of this will happen. It may not happen widespread, but basically, this neighborhood is now opened up. It's got Shriner Street, it's got Pasco Street, and those are your kind of borders, if you will, of the neighborhood. And Pasco Street is now a major thoroughfare, so you've got people driving by this neighborhood on both those streets and realizing that it's right next to where they wish to live and breathe, because it's close proximity to where they are and where they want to be. You know, the downtown. Everybody wants to be around the buzz. You're going to want to come in. I'm a young person coming in. I'm not, okay? I'm pretending I am. A young person coming into the neighborhood, where do I want to live? Well, I want to live near my schools, I want to live near where I work, and I want to live in a neighborhood that's got a community feel. Where is that? It's right here. So they're going to want to live here too. And there's nothing wrong with people wanting to live here, but it shouldn't come at the expense of the ones that are already here. And, you know, I wasn't going to talk about this, but this is the dirty little secret. It's not a secret, but the dirty little aspect of this. It's an irony to me. I live over off of Glen Road. So I live in a neighborhood. I had no idea that there are deed restrictions still on the books, unenforceable, but still on the books, where a person of color is not allowed to live, so non-white, is not allowed to live in my neighborhood. Not allowed to buy, not allowed to live. It's unenforceable, but it's there. So back in the day, what was Kerrville done? Like every other city, they picked a spot and said, this is where the non-whites are allowed to live, which is, of course, here. Okay, so the irony of this is now that we basically had a policy that nobody is proud of, that existed, that we've now law-wise gotten away from, and where everybody had to live here. And now we're going to create a policy that arguably, in short order, could force the people that we told had to live here to live somewhere else. And we don't even have somewhere else to point them
My name is Fred Gamble. I live with my family at 1128 Jefferson Street here in Kerrville. My family moved here in 1959, and we moved to 618 Webster Street. And if you're not familiar with Webster Street or that area, it's a half a block from the church where I was baptized, Mount Olive Baptist Church. It's a half a block from the Doyle School Community Center. is 2.5 blocks from Carver Park. A year later, we moved to 315 Coleman Street, where my 91-year-old mother still lives. There has not been a week that either my mom, that my wife, or myself have not been in that neighborhood. 14 years ago, myself, along with Bill Blackburn and Ed Wallace, started the Dole School Community Center. Now, I point that out just to make sure you understand that this is personal. I would not do anything to hurt the Dole School Community Center. I would not do anything to hurt the people who helped raise me in that neighborhood. I am personally a little bit offended that some people would think that there is something about that neighborhood that would make it ripe for gentrification. What you don't understand is that the majority of the people, like Mr. Flores, own the homes that they live in. They are not renters. There are areas of this city that are much more ripe for gentrification than the Dole community. Areas that are flooded with rent houses, with landlords that do not keep up those houses. So I don't really worry about gentrification of the Dole School area. And the thing we sort of missed, we jumped to, if you've never lived in a city, what you have to have first for gentrification is a vital downtown that not just has retail, but that has office space where people want to get downtown. Will Kerrville get there someday? Yes, I hope it will. But I do not think it would be at the expense of the Dole School Community Center. I would have never, I was at those meetings, not all of them, but I was there. Trust me, you would have heard from me, Mr. Mayor, if I thought in any way there was any indication of that. Thank you for your time. I urge you to vote for this plan.